Hold on one second. I got to add this to screen here. And then I've got to go solo layout. Okay, let me know. Can you hear me now? Shoot, I hate when this happens. I absolutely hate when I screw up my sound. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Shit. Good now. Okay. I'm sorry. I had to bring I brought my kitchen setup for my audio and my video stuff over to this room, and I kind of forgot that I had to do something. And anyhow, welcome to the Real Juicy Detox, everybody. Welcome to my living room. I'm so sorry about that lack of sound. Good morning. I'm Berns. Welcome to the Real Juicy Detox. Welcome to my living room, my beach room. Today we are going to be talking about, can you hear me all well now? Pull my microphone closer. Today we're going to be talking about how to know when to pull back on your detox, how to know when to transition back to eating food, what kind of chewing food to transition back onto so that you can continue to maximize the benefit that you gained during your juice cleanse, right? So I'm going for 40 days on my cleanse. Let me know in the comments if you guys are tuning in. Hi, everybody. Let me know in the comments how many days. Are you on a juice cleanse? Are you on a smoothie cleanse? Are you on a raw food cleanse with us? I'm on a 100% fruit juice cleanse. I am drinking right now. I'm drinking some beautiful cantaloupe juice. Oh my God, it's so good. And what I'm doing is I'm drinking 100% juice. Drop your comments down there. I'm going to bounce for a little while and then I'm going to read the comments. So bring it all in, baby. So glad to see class members here again. Kind of blows my mind every day when I tune in and I come on live that you guys are actually here. I'm like, okay, class is going on today. This is fun. So I'm on 100% juice cleanse. I'm going for 40 days. I'm on day 15 right now. Are you drinking cantaloupe juice too? Working on all fruits so hard. Okay, Cantina, we're going to talk about that, okay? You don't have to be all fruit. If all fruit is too hard for you, back off. Have a little bit of chewing vegetables and so on. That's what I want to talk about today. Like, how do you know what's right for you, right? Everybody is going to have a different experience. Everybody is going to have a different experience at different times in their detox journey as well. I'm not always going to want to or be able to or want to do 100% juice cleanse. And there are times when I'm not going to want to do any chewing food, like now. Let me know, where are you guys at? How can I support you as you figure out what to do next, okay? All right. So how do you know when to slow down? You oftentimes will feel it in your body. You're like, I'm good. I want to go back to my chewing food. I have no problem with that. And sometimes we think, I want to go back to my chewing food, but I really wanted to stay on the juicing, man. In those times when you're kind of in between two camps, I really recommend trying to go another day for your juicing. But if you really think about it, like Amy did yesterday, and she did a beautiful reflection video on transitioning back into chewing food. Yesterday, she was talking about it in class. Hi, Amy, if you're here, by the way. Are you here? Maybe not. But she was talking about it yesterday, and I was like, hey, man, come back off and do your chewing food protocol. But if you feel like you want to continue, if you feel like, then maybe try going for one more day. And then yesterday, she decided, you know what? No, I'm good. I don't want to do anymore. I'm good right here. In those cases, then come off of your juice cleanse and by all means, start transitioning into chewing food again. The way I would do it is I would find my favorite fruit. For me, it's going to be mangoes. And I would feast on that. Number one, I want you guys to understand and to remember that even when, for me, this is just for me, what I do, right? You decide what you're going to do because you know your body best. But for me, what I do is I still keep my juicing protocol the same and I just add in some chewing food. I might end up eating or drinking less juice in the evening. Hi, Amy. We were just talking about yesterday's class and how, making the decision when to push a little harder, when to keep going, or when to back off, when to transition into some beautiful chewing food. And it's all about listening to your body and honoring yourself. And like you said, hello, El Cello. Like you said in your reflection video last night, Amy, I love that video, by the way. So good, so good. You got to listen and honor your truth, and sometimes it's kind of hard to hear and to listen to what that truth might be inside of ourselves, because, the monkey mind, the brain can really get going. I'm having a little bit of sound, feedback here. I should have brought my other headphones to do the thing with this thing. But anyhow, I hope you guys are okay with that. I hope you cannot hear that feedback, that extra double sound. Okay, Chantina, I'm coming for you. No, I need to go all fruit because I have been feeling bloated. All right, well, I want to talk about that too, right? What have you been eating to make you feel bloated? We're going to talk about all of that stuff, how to transition back onto eating food, chewing food, because I realize and I recognize exactly, listen to your body and the numbers on the scale. That's what we really need to do, right? The numbers on the scale, talk about, I'm going to start pulling up comments because these are all such great topics on the topic. Let me start at the beginning. Let me start at the top. Good morning, Chrissy. And thank you guys for letting me know that my sound was off. Oh my goodness. The tech issues. There's a lot to manage, but we're doing it. Hi, I made grape juice last night for the first time. It was awful. Tasted like wax. Does anyone recommend peeling the grapes? Tedious, but I would love to enjoy grape juice just like others in this group. I think that might just be because your grapes might be coated with wax, babe. Peeling grapes, I wouldn't do that. The amount of work and time to peel the amount of grapes that you need to juice to make a decent amount of juice, I would just probably look for some other juice that might be more, less waxy. Shop around, try another variety. I don't particularly like juicing grapes. I find it very tedious in and of itself. And it's not my favorite kind of juice personally to drink, but somebody down here was saying that they soak theirs, but hold on. Working on all fruit is so hard. It is challenging. There's no question. This is a challenge. So Chantina says, I soak my grapes first before I juice them. Chantina, what do you soak your grapes in? Give us the heads up. Working on all fruit is so hard. It can be really challenging. I need to get my other headphones for the iPad. Give me 1 second. Dang it, and they're not charged up. I'm frustrated. It's okay. Soaking them in baking soda. Okay, cool. Soaking them in baking soda. Yeah, working on all fruit can be really challenging. That is a real deal. So just gradually try to get into it. Are you juicing at all right now, Chantina? And for you, what do you find is the hardest part about it? That's what I want to know. Is it that it's all too sweet? It's all the same thing? If that's the case, I recommend switching it up with some savory stuff. So for me, I find that I'm actually able to drink a lot more, to get a lot more into me, because I am mixing up the pineapple juice with some cucumber. I'm mixing it with cucumber, half and half, and then 2 cloves of garlic, 1 small piece of jalapeno, and a handful of cilantro. I find that gives a really savory delicious. It feels like I'm eating salad. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like tricking my brain. So you might want to try that. Juicing, for me, I find that straight up juicing is the one thing that helps me stay with the fruit, funny enough. But when I'm off of my juicing protocol, like 100% juicing, and I'm down to 80% juicing, 20% chewing food, I get the best of both worlds that way. So you might want to try that. Good morning, Nisa. Good morning, Berns and everyone. How are you doing? How are you, babe? Chrissy says, I'm going 40 days. I struggled the last couple of days and gave into a craving, but I'm stronger today and pushing forward. Awesome. Chrissy, have you been checking out the Paul McKenna Overcoming Emotional Eating Meditation hypnosis? It is so good. I'm not even kidding you. Check that out. I posted it in the Real Juicy Detox Facebook group, and I also, it's linked in the description of this video, but for some reason, the link won't work for me. I don't know how to fix it. I've tried several times, but keep pushing forward. You can do this. Good morning. Janelle says, did a great fast yesterday. Is it normal to get extremely gassy? I've had a lot of bowel movements I have had much bowel movements like everyone talks about. You haven't had many bowel movements, or you have had a lot of bowel movements. Sometimes certain fruits can make me feel gassy. Yeah. Strawberries, grapes actually are one of them that also can make me feel gassy sometimes. So maybe just back away from the grapes. I see Chrissy is saying here, I saw the post, haven't watched it yet, but will today. Well, it's not something to watch. It's something to listen to, the hypnosis. I highly recommend it. Like, you guys, I'm not even kidding you. It is really effective. It's so good. Hubby is doing juice all day, then a raw dinner. Yes, Alex. I'm doing juice until mid-afternoon, then a snack and raw dinner, just going at our own pace. Babe, that is so perfect. So perfect. I'm so happy for you. Keep going. You're doing it. Hey, Dottie. Good morning, Sharon. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well, says Sharon. At the moment, mono eating grapes, berries, melons, pears, apples. I do smoothies to keep me full. Perfect. I do add banana and dates to smoothies. I eat mixed berries in a bowl. What a beautiful living a fruit protocol that is, Sharon. How are you feeling with that? That is a really, really good one. Dali puts heal all tea in his smoothies. So you might want to actually try that as well. It's like a heal all smoothie, man. It's so good. It is so good. So good. Amy is here. Good morning again, Amy. How are you? How did you sleep, babe? How did you sleep? Bonjour. Bonjour. Hello, El Cello. Hello, El Cello. How are you doing? Are you having a good one? Are you having a good week? I hope so. No, I need to go all fruit because I've been feeling bloated. Bloating is definitely, digestive issues healing in the body for sure. I would say just try to push through and see what you can do to modify. What is the challenge that you are experiencing with the all fruit? Did you answer that down here? Okay. Let me see. I'm looking at all the other comments. I can't wait to get to all of them. Yes, listen to your body. And for me, the numbers on the scale absolutely are a reflection of my inflammation. It's inflammation in the body. I have found that since being on this juice cleanse this time around, has seen so much inflammation going down. And like every single day, I'm down, I'm down, I'm down, I'm down. Dottie just came in. I soak my grapes first before I juice them, right? Baking soda. It takes a lot of the wax off of even my apples. That is so good to know. Yeah, I hate that they dip everything in wax. It sucks. Good morning, Berns and everyone in class. Good morning, Deepika. Good morning, Sammy, if you're there as well. How are you girls doing? I hope you're doing well. Sharon eats mono red grapes. That is an amazing cleanse, babe. That is a really good detox. Baking soda and apple cider vinegar to remove wax and pesticides. Thank you, Rockstar. Listen to Paul McKenna twice now. Emotional eating meditation. It's great. I love it. I know it's amazing, isn't it? I saw you have a comment down here about the meditation. I'm going to get to that, but I don't want to go out of order because I need to go in order today. Cucumber is so good for you, I heard. Yeah, cucumber is one of those fruit vegetables. It's one of those veggie fruits. I love it. Oh my goodness. So good. Brazilians do an avocado shake. If you knew that avocados, Mexicans usually only eat it salty. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to eat avocado. There's you can make an avocado chocolate pudding. So many different ways. Yeah, watch it, listen to it today, Chrissy. You're going to find it really, really helpful. At least that you should. I find it really helpful. It's funny because when you're listening to the meditation, at least when I listen to the meditation, as I'm listening to it, if I'm not completely in a trance state, if I'm still a little bit, in my conscious brain, and I can hear what he's talking about, oftentimes I'm like, why, what does this have to do with emotional eating? In fact, nothing in this meditation sounds like it has to do with emotional eating. That's not true. That's actually not true. Because then you come out of it and then you're like, not emotionally eating. And it's like, well, something in there, switch something up, right? I'm okay juicing and staying raw all day. In the evening, I notice I have a hard time. So my feeling, what are you having a hard time with? See, this is what we need to do. When you guys, I hope you don't mind. I'm sure you don't mind, right, Chantina? You don't mind if I ask a few more questions because it's there's a lot going on individually for you guys when you have a question, right? When you have something that is coming up on your detox and you're like, I struggle with going all fruit. And then I'm like, well, why? Is it that you don't like it? Is it that it's not you're not full enough? I need to know more details so that I can help guide you and help direct you so that you have a more successful day today. You know what I mean? And if you can have a more successful day today, then you can have a more successful day the next day. And each day builds upon the other. So for me, Chantina, tell me if you resonate with this. And if not, if it's another reason, hit me with it because maybe I have another, alteration for you, another accommodation for you. But if you're like me, I found that in the evening, come the evening time, my body and my mind kind of craves something that tastes like savory food because that's when I'm used to eating savory food. I'm used to eating heavier food and I'm used to eating savory food. So what I do is I make my juice with the half cucumber juice, half pineapple juice, two cloves of garlic, all down in the juicer. All right. Even the garlic, the little nub of jalapeno pepper, and a handful of cilantro. I actually put those three things in first into my juicer, and then I put in the cucumber. And so I make that garlicky cilantro cucumber juice. And then after that, I just add in half the same amount, quantity wise, of pineapple. For me, that tastes like a spicy Thai salad dressing. And all I have to do is trick my brain into believing that I'm eating a spicy Thai pad Thai noodles. Don't put in the peanuts. I don't put in any oil. I don't put in any, coconut aminos or anything in that. Okay. I just make it like that. And it is like a beautiful, rich, savory meal. And I'm telling you, I drink that and I can drink a liter of that in easily half an hour. And I do. That's how I'm able to get my juicing up now as well from 2 liters a day to 3 liters a day. Because for whatever reason, if I just drink straight up fruit juice, especially stuff like pineapple and citrus, there's only so much of that I can drink on a continual basis. You know what I'm saying? The other recipe that I've done that I really, really, really like for anybody, if you like curry, oh my God, cantaloupe juice, which is what I'm drinking right now. I'm just drinking straight up cantaloupe juice. It doesn't have any other seasonings or spices in it, but the same thing. Do cantaloupe juice, put a couple of cloves of garlic, a little piece of jalapeno, and some curry powder, or some turmeric, or some gram masala, or coriander. Spice it up, and you have curry soup. I did that once when I did my very first cleanse, and I was like, oh my God. And all I have to do is use my imagination and imagine all of the beautiful curry dishes that I love to eat. And I just went out for a curry specialty dinner, but with my juice. If you do that every single evening, make your dinner, make your juice at the end of the day taste more like that savory meal that you're missing. Try that, because that for me is what is my saving grace. Honestly, it's my saving grace, especially when there's other people in the house that are making their savory dinners and salads and all of that kind of stuff. And I want to have that flavor in my mouth, but I don't want to go to the chewing food side as yet. Make it in your juice. Chantina, do that tonight, and then come back tomorrow and let us know how you found that helped. Okay. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? So glad to see you in class. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? El Cello says my wife bought an air fryer and trying different recipes, especially for our kids. Cauliflower bites and fish. What do I think? I think I wouldn't put fish in my body. I wouldn't put anything that is structured protein in my body, because that breaks down into very high acidic residue in the body. And sure, if you're going to do it with the cauliflower bites, again, my preference is not to cook too much of my food. I've seen the air fryer thing. I think the concept is really good, that you're not frying food with oil, but you're just cooking it in the air, So I think in terms of that, it's really good. I prefer the dehydrator, but that's just because that's my lifestyle now, El Cello. You definitely have to do what you feel comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? And this is about transitioning. Sometimes we need to keep in some of those cooked food things in our lives, because, we need to make a transition somehow and eat more vegetables somehow. If you do it in a dehydrator, however, although Dawn and Ron have been struggling with the dehydrator with the cauliflower bites, there are other people in our class, like Alana and others, who have, if you've made cauliflower bites, let El Cello know in the comments how you guys like them coming out of your dehydrator. A dehydrator is going to cook food at no high, there are different settings on it, but if you dehydrate food at anything under 120 degrees Fahrenheit, is that Fahrenheit? Yeah, Fahrenheit. Then you're going to retain the enzyme action in the food. You're going to maintain the proper structure of the nutrients in the food. You're not going to kill the nutrients in your food. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? But you have to ease into it for sure. You got to find the right recipes. My family didn't start on this raw food experience. They didn't start where they are now. It took a while to figure out what are the good recipes, what are the things that your kids are going to want to eat. Like you say here, thank you, Berns. I know, but with kids, not easy, I do know. Kids, teenagers, picky boyfriends, I do know. Trust me, I know. It's all about finding what are the right recipes that your family are going to love and resonate with. Last night, Dawn and Ron, the Graysons, I've linked the description for their video, their YouTube channel is linked in the description of this video on the YouTube. There we go. The Graysons are doing a lot of experimenting now, because Ron is doing raw food right now for 40 days. So proud of you, Ron. And they're experimenting and exploring different things. Last night they made, Dawn didn't show it, but she talked about it. She made the raw sprouted chickpea tuna salad and loved it. Ron said it's a keeper in the rotation of meals. So that's a really good thing to know that there are recipes that we can turn to, that we can turn our family onto. And the way I do that, I make delicious stuff, man, and I don't force it on them. I say, hey, I need a taste test. You need to come and taste this to let me know how it's tasting for the family. You know what I'm saying? Kale chips, raw vegan pizza, Bernsey burgers, all kinds of dips, raw sprouted hummus, bagels, raw vegan bagels, uh, any of the salads, the eggless egg salad, the mixed salads, there's so many things that we can tap into for our families so that we are feeding them healthy, beautiful, vibrant living food, right? Very, very important. Very, very important. In the meditation, what happens to the guy with the tiger above him and below him, and then he reaches for the honey? I don't know. That's the beautiful thing about that meditation, Amy. Oh my gosh, half of the stuff in there, the stories that are going in one side and in the other, and then both simultaneously. And I don't know what it's doing, but it's scrambling something in my brain. I think what it's doing is that it's putting us in a different brain wave state so that so that we can tap into the subconscious programming, much like Dr. Joe's work. Remember, Dr. Joe teaches that there are all different thinking brainwave states, right? That beta brainwave state. There's theta, there's gamma, there's delta. There's all kinds of brainwave states. And how do we switch? How do we move our states of brainwave activity? I still haven't figured that one out. I think that one might have something to do with being in the worst case scenario and looking around and seeing that there's always some honey right there within arm's reach. That's what I think that has to do with, but I don't know. What do I know? So they only eat chicken nuggets and pasta, that's not very healthy. How are their bowel movements? How is their tummy? Are they getting a lot of, I just know because I know the difference now that my 18-year-old Kaya has been doing this raw lifestyle and she's really into it now. She has not had any of this is what her winter season used to look like. All right. Pneumonia. Every single year she got diagnosed with pneumonia. Oh yeah. And it was intense, full on pneumonia. Every year she got multiple colds, multiple flus. Every week, every 3 weeks, this child was sick with something else. It was crazy. Her jaw clicked. She had a lot of sinusitis issues going on. She had acne, and she was starting to really, struggle with anxiety, depression, raging up and down roller coaster emotions. None of that this season. None of that this season. It's amazing. She's down to her most ideal non-inflamed weight, and she looks great. She feels great. She's got tons of energy. She's always in a good mood, and it's not faked. You know what I mean? When we feed our kids the food that we're feeding them, we have to realize, we got to understand that we are putting chemistry into their body. They're ultimately the ones that are choosing what goes in our body. But if we only provide good opportunities for good stuff going in, then they're going to have the best opportunity to choose from electric, vibrant food. We always have our fridge is always full of juice. Our fridge and our house is always full of fresh, vibrant food. And I'm always, when I'm in the kitchen, not when I'm on a juice cleanse. When I'm in the juice cleanse, I don't prepare food for anybody. She's 18. She can do it herself. Dali is a big boy, right? He's a grown-ass man. He can make food for himself, and he does. Occasionally, I might, feel like being creative in the kitchen. Might be like, oh, I want to make something for you guys. What do you want? You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's like, yeah, I'm not in the kitchen. You guys, here's what's in the fridge. Here is what you can make. I press all the juices that you guys want, but after that, you're on your own. But if your kids are young and they don't have the ability to do that, you are even more in control than you think. I don't like it. Okay, we'll try something else then. All right? Try, you got to put the time in. If you put the time in now to figuring out what are the healthy foods, not only for you, but for your kids, imagine how much you can help them avoid the pitfalls of dis-ease, of acidosis in their bodies. Yeah, I get it though. I get it. They only like chicken nuggets and pasta because that's the only thing that you guys are cooking that is appealing to them, quite frankly. Quite frankly, find one or two things that they're going to be much more eager to eat and make that their chicken nuggets and pasta, you know? If you keep feeding them those chicken nuggets and pasta, you're gonna set them up for ill health. And you know what? Who's the grown up here? Who's running the show in the house? Is it the kids? Is it the dog wagging the tail? I mean, or is it the tail wagging the dog? Which one is it? Which one is it? Please make your households the dog wagging the tail, meaning that you are in control of what goes on in your house. Please, for your sake, for your family's sake. Yeah, they might and don't I wouldn't do it cold turkey either. El Cello. This is not to say I recommend going in and saying that's it. We're clearing everything out. Nobody in here is allowed to eat anything except for raw food. They're going to look at you like you lost your mind. And you would have. I would say the same thing. Dude, you've lost your mind. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. What I would do is what I did. I started finding amazing recipes and I started making those recipes and I started perfecting those recipes and I found the ones that my family loved. And then slowly we started eliminating all of the other stuff from our diets. We just did. You have to go in and you have to take this really seriously, because once it's no longer okay to keep feeding your young kids who depend on you to be putting the food on the table and bringing the food in the house. It's no longer enough to just say, well, I'm going to keep on buying those Dorito chips and I'm going to keep on buying those chicken nuggets and the pasta because that's all they like. So what am I going to do? I'm telling you what to do. Find the recipes, perfect the recipes, get them on board in tasting the recipes. And no, I don't like that. Okay, what don't you like about it? How can we make that better? Was it too spicy? Did you not like the texture? Did you not like the flavor? What was it? And then you know how to address it. If they don't like the flavor, if it was too spicy, easy. Next batch, pull back the spices. They don't like the texture, like Dawn, like her bagels. Hey, Dawn, like your bagels, right? You don't like the texture the first time around? Is that a reason to ditch the recipe? No, not when you have people over here who've made the bagel, whose boyfriend used to eat Tim Hortons, that's like our bagel, that's our donut and morning breakfast, that's our Starbucks, right? Used to love eating their everything bagels every day, would have 2 of them every morning for breakfast. How do you think he is now saying these are better than Tim Hortons bagels? Because I perfected the recipe. Just because you don't have the recipe perfected does not mean that the recipe can't be perfected. I mean, if you guys think that the first time I made anything is the first time that it came out amazing and beautiful, you would be incorrect. You've seen me fail numerous times in the kitchen. On this channel, I've got over 350 videos in the bank here in the YouTube vault. Go and look at some of the stuff, right? But for the most part, I mean, that was after as well, when I started filming the videos, it was after over 100 days of working in the kitchen by myself, no cameras, nobody, no classes. I was working for like about 100 days. Yes, it was 100 days between my first juice cleanse of 40 days. And then I took 100 days of raw vegan eating, experimenting, testing, recipe creating, 100 days of that before I came into the kitchen with you guys. in October, November. So I've had a lot of experimentation, a lot of um, of time to work on perfecting the recipes, perfecting understanding how raw food works, because raw food is different. When you make a raw recipe, spices are different. Food doesn't change in the same way. Like you caramelize onions, carrots, and celery, a mirepoix, in a pot before you add in your other stuff, to season up your food. We don't have the caramelization that we have when we cook food as compared to when you're doing uncooked food, right? Things behave differently. The texture of food, the texture of your ingredient going onto the dehydrator sheet in the form of a bagel, the texture of that is extremely specific. And if you don't have the right texture going in, especially on something like a bagel, you don't have the right texture coming out, and then you're disappointed and you think, oh, I'm never making that bagel again. You didn't have the right ingredients. You didn't have the right balance. You didn't have the right texture. By the way, cooking classes, do you guys like the in the kitchen? Do you guys like the in the kitchen classes that I used to do here on the channel? I'm going to be bringing those back, by the way. And I think I'm going to start experimenting with some short format recipe videos. Yeah, yeah. So look out for that, because I realize it's so important. Sure, there are a lot of people out on the YouTube who are doing raw vegan stuff, and I've learned a ton of stuff from those channels. So I want to bring to you what are the recipes that I have found for me and my family that have made this an easy, enjoyable transition into a healthier, detox-friendly way of living. Because this is a really important thing here, guys. This is not a fad thing. Oh, what's the latest thing that Berns is doing? Oh, she's doing a juicing thing now. Okay. And in 2 weeks, she's going to be off and doing another thing. I've really found, Dawn says, yes, short format cooking videos. I am going to work on them. I am. Now that I'm not doing the 2 p.m. classes, the midday classes, I do have more time in which to spend filming, editing, putting that out. You guys, you really don't realize it, but to film a short format instructional video takes about 20 hours of video editing. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. It takes a while to make it really, really effective. A lot of people, you see a 10-minute YouTube video and you think, oh, this took 10 minutes to film and upload. Yeah, if you're doing a one cut, one camera, one take, no editing, yeah, as soon as that's how it goes, right? So I will be bringing some of those to you. I want to bring more value to you guys so that you can really make this transition to a healthy way of eating easy for you. When are you going to have another detox? Hey, Joyce, welcome to class. Oh my God, Joyce, you're brand new. Where is my bell? I'm going back up to get the other comments too, don't worry. Welcome, 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 Joyce. I'm so glad to have you in class. Welcome to the Real Juicy Detox. So I am going to do another juice detox. First of all, you can do a juice detox at any time. Joyce, we are on day 14 now, and we're going to be going for another 26 days. Yes, another 26 days. So if you want to jump right in right now, feel free. If you want to start up a juice detox at any point in time, I am going to be coming out with a course for just that. But if you want to do it together and start off together, we're going to start another one May 1st. May 1st will be the next start of our next juice cleanse. Yes. And I'm going to do a 30-day juice cleanse from May 1st to June 1st. June 1st, I'm going to be going in for another CT scan to get the final look inside of me to see if the tumor on my liver that they wanted me to have removed last year, which I said, hold on a minute, that's not happening again, which brought me to this work. I'm going to go in for another one at the beginning of June, which will be my 1-year anniversary since doing this. So June 1st, are you in? Are you coming? Do you want to do it with us, Joyce? In the meantime, Joyce, follow along, come to class, get up to speed, try your hand a little bit at transitioning into a beautiful raw living protocol. And you're going to find that you're going to be up to speed and ready come May 1st to do another one. But if in the meantime you are feeling like, I want to try this, I want to do all juice now, I'm ready, you can start at any time. In the middle of class, pop in right now and say, hey, I'm going to start a juice cleanse. Here I go. And we'll support you through that, whether we're all doing a juice cleanse or not. There's always someone or a group of people or several people, not necessarily who come together as a group, but sometimes in the class who start up a juice cleanse anytime. Right? It's when it's when you're being called to do that in your body. You know what I'm saying? Let me scroll back up. Let me scroll up. Where was I? Okay. How are you guys doing, by the way? Are you good? Welcome to the Real Juicy Detox, by the way. I see we have 30 people in class right now, 29. Welcome. I love that you guys are here. Usually on our morning class, I start with a little light rebounding. If your kidneys are filtering well, if you don't have any skin issues coming up, no indication that your skin is overreacting to the extra lymph being stirred up, then by all means you can jump and you can rebound along with us. And then after about 10-15 minutes, I take questions and answers like we're doing right now. I help you on your detox journey, whether that is with the physical side of it, with the juicing, or whether it's like the emotional side, because you stir up a lot of lymphatic fluid in the body when you do this, but also a lot of emotion, right? Figuring out how do you deal with the mental side of this? How do you deal with the emotional side of this? How do you help your family with this? How do you survive in the world? How do you manage going to work? How do you? There's a lot of components to it. So welcome if you're brand new, if you just found me, or if you've been here for a while and you're back for some more action. Welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. And let me know that you're here, because I like to make a big fuss about you and ring my bell. I want to make a big fuss. I want to make a big fuss about you. So let me know, drop in, say good morning, say, hey, I'm new in the class. Usually I can tell because I will have recognized your name from before. So come. It's fun. Come, she said. It's fun, she said. Okay, let me see. El Cello, you had said when I asked you how you were keeping, you said trying to be happy. Yeah, thank you so much. Hope you're doing well too. I'm doing really, really well. Struggling now and then. I struggle now and then like everybody else, I was feeling a lot of doubt. I've been feeling a lot of doubt this last day and a half, like really questioning stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm feeling good because I did my meditations. Number one, confidence, ultimate self-confidence one is so good. And because I just realized that I'm just human and I struggle with doubt and self-worth and, all of that. But thanks for asking. I'm doing very well. Feel okay. Thank you. I've had my cravings, so we'll eat from my bowl like pears. Awesome. Usually eat a melon on its own an hour before bed. Awesome. Good. Melon is actually a good thing to eat before bed because it's so fast to digest. By the way, speaking of melon, I'm drinking my cantaloupe juice as we chat. Hi, Sammy. Sammy says, hi, we are out all day. Her semifinal match tomorrow. Sammy, may the angels be at your heels, my darling. May you fly and soar and flutter about that tennis court like you were born to be there, because you were. That's awesome. So I'm not able to follow my juicing routine. Can carry lettuce, tomato, onion, cucumber, lemon, green chili salad. Ooh, that sounds good. Smoothie and bananas, few grapes and almonds. Perfect. Oh, you know what I would do? I would leave out the almonds. Leave out the almonds if you still want to keep it really high detox, so that when you come back to your juicing, the almonds will the nuts and seeds will slow down your detox, maybe just a little bit more than you want. You want to keep your nutrition up. You want to keep your hydration up, but not too much because, don't have anywhere to go to the bathroom all the time. But you want to keep those slower digesting foods down to a minimum. So that's just what I would do. Or you can have the almonds. Who cares? You do what you want to do, but you're not going to be going into the sandwiches, the bread, the snacks, the other treats. I know it's hard because at these tournaments, there's like food everywhere, right? Make your food better than the food that's there, and you won't have a problem. That's what I would do. Yes, try the pineapple. Savory pineapple juice in the evening is what has saved my butt on this cleanse. This cleanse has been so good because I've been mixing up, still keeping it all fruit, but adding in garlic, jalapeno, cilantro to my juice in the evening, and it has made the world of difference. El Cello, you're full of such great information. El Cello says garlic is the best antioxidant, much better than medicine, especially raw. Yeah, I found some really delicious raw organic garlic. Oh my God, it was so good. It's so good. So good in that juice. That sounds good. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome, Chantina. So let us know tomorrow, Chantina. Do that today. Everybody try this today. If you're on a juice cleanse, or even if you're not, try this today. Excuse me. Take one of your favorite juices, like cantaloupe juice or pineapple cucumber juice, and add in some savory elements and see how it fills you up, see how it satisfies that craving to have a meal, especially in the evening. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Berns and kids. Yes, indeed. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sheila. Thank you, Berns. I know, but with kids, it's not easy. I know, El Cello. Let me give you a little reality shift on this, though, a little perspective shift. You know what's more difficult is seeing your kids sick and in the hospital and having to go through surgery. That, my friend, is hard. So pick your hard. Pick your hard. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been there. Not worth it. Not worth it. I pick my hard. My hard has been getting the recipes on lockdown, getting the juices filled up in the fridge. My fridge is always filled to overflowing with fruit juice freshly pressed. Make sure that you have great options in the fridge. If they like sweet stuff, go and find recipes that replicate those foods. There's a world of possibility and options out here for us to just sit back and say it's not easy, it's so hard, oh my God, my kids are so picky. So here, let me feed them that stuff, and knowing what we're setting them up for. Chinese people cook their veggies very, very little, almost raw. Yeah, that is the best way to do it. Fast, high heat, but searing only on the outside, keeping it crunchy, but just getting a little bit of that. That is a good way. Also, Chinese people also like to eat a lot of soy in their sauces with those veggies. So it's all about learning. It's all about learning. You know what I mean? I come from a culture where my mom was half Chinese, and yeah, she was an amazing chef, amazing a cook, but there's, balance. I've noticed, hey, Chantina says, I've noticed the kids in these days are tired and don't have any energy. You don't see kids playing outside anymore. And with the last, thing with this whole situation, it's even worse. But yeah, I know. I used to teach. I would see some of my kids in class would just be like wet noodles, like just drooping, just like lethargic, can't think, can't put two new concepts together, can't get their neurons firing because of the diet that we are feeding them, because of the diet that we think is healthy for them. Chicken nuggets and pasta ain't gonna cut it, man. Chicken, cooked meat has zero 0 angstroms of energy. 0. Pasta, I think, has like 1,800 angstroms of energy. The average person, just to wake up and smile, you require 5,500 angstroms of energy. And the amount of angstroms of energy in fruit is 8 to 10,000 angstroms of energy. So what kind of life do you want your kids to live? Do you want them to live a dull, lethargic, wet noodle, pale life? Or do you want them to live a vibrant, healthy, energetic, electric life? Then that is the food that you must put in their bodies. Our bodies, my body is an electrical machine that runs on the fuel that we put into it. And I'm putting the best fuel into my body now because I recognize that if a cancer patient, 9 years, gastrointestinal stromal tumor, if a cancer patient's angstroms of energy is 4,800 angstroms of energy that they emit, that we emit, then that just means flat out, that I want to raise my electrical input so that my electrical output can be higher. I want the electrical energetics of somebody who doesn't have end-stage acidosis, aka cancer. I want a high electrical output. This is very, very important, right? Very important. I see your comment down there, babe. Another problem is the PlayStation. So difficult that the kids listen what the kids listen to these days. Oh my God, yeah, it really is. But we cannot use that as the excuse or as the rationale. All the more reason that we need to do what we need to do to get these kids healthy, right? It's not really, the problem isn't really the PlayStation. The problem is the fuel that you're putting into your kids' bodies. If you put the proper electric fuel into your body and into your children's bodies, they're going to have more energy. They're going to want to go out and play. Do you ever notice how when you start a juice cleanse, my long timers here, my OGs, my original juicy gangsters up in here, do you ever notice how the more fruit you have, the more aware you are, the more consciousness you have, the more you're more likely to go outside and do stuff, because you're not going to want to just stay stuck as a couch potato because you have too much dang energy, right? So if you change around the energetics and the chemistry that we're putting into ourselves and into our children, we don't have to worry about PlayStation. We don't have to worry about PlayStation, right? So yeah. Good morning. Dawn says, good morning. I never tasted a chicken nugget until I was an adult because my parents refused to buy McDonald's. That is awesome. Good parents. Thank you so much for your tips. El Cello, you're so welcome. I'm so happy to be able to give them to you. Right, you got to keep experimenting, says Dawn. That is the thing, right? If we only ate the thing that we cooked, remember the first time, you remember when you first learned to cook? Oh my God, I remember I screwed up so many meals. I think that was like when I was around 15, 16 years old, started to experiment, get my hand going in the kitchen. My parents used to go away on business trips for like a week, 2 weeks. They would go to Europe or North America. This is when I lived in Trinidad. And so it was up to us to cook our food. Like my parents weren't worried about it because they knew it was like self-sufficiency, man. Here's what's in the fridge. Here's what's in the freezer. You guys have seen me cook. My parents were never worried about that. And we were never worried about that either. You know what I'm saying? So when you start the process of learning how to do something new, you're going to fail many times over, right? How do you cut down on on that learning curve? First of all, learn from somebody who's already narrowed down, who's already shortened the curve, shortened the learning curve, like me. You can learn from me. You can learn from other people. Go Raw Carmen has amazing recipes. Her recipes are like fire. You need to really be careful though, because with anybody's recipes, you got to watch for your level of seasoning. You got to watch for your level of moisture in the food when you're doing the dehydrated stuff, right? but we can learn. People, morning Berns, how are you? Mr. G, Mr. G in the house. Hello, Ron. We are doing very well. So happy that you are here. Everybody, give a big welcome to Ron. Ron is in the house. Beautiful man, beautiful husband of Dawn. Oh my goodness. So glad that you are here, Ron. I'm trying. Yeah, I know it's not easy with the kids. I know. Talia, hey Talia. I was just thinking, where's Talia? I haven't seen Talia and Aubrey in a while. Hi, girls. How are you? I love this. This is what I need to hear because my son gives me a hard time. Good morning, Berns. Good morning, Talia. Yes. Well, bring him on board. Help him out with these tips. Start figuring out what are the foods, what are the tastes, what are the flavors that he likes, and what are the raw options to making those for him. Because you know we need to help our kids be healthy, right? We do. Good morning, Ron and class, says Talia. Sammy is into a lot of fitness, says Dipika, because of her tennis. Yes, indeed. And is also having juices and smoothies with me. Sprouts made at home. Yes. She doesn't eat rice or anything made of flour, no milk. Changed her eating habits big time. Her energy is so much better and big improvements in her game, too. Oh my God, goosebumps, first of all. Full on goosebumps, Sammy. Sammy is our young 15-year-old student in the class. Brilliant, brilliant athlete. She is an international tennis, amazing athlete, superstar in my books. She's incredible. She just went to an international tennis championship a couple weeks ago, and she's off again today. So we wish you all the best, Sammy. And it's so great to hear the effect and the ability of this protocol to improve the game. Tom Brady just wrote a book about this. Yeah. So big, famous football quarterback here in North America, here in the United States. So, Sammy, we wish you all the best. You are doing it. It's amazing to hear firsthand how the change in diet can affect your athletic performance. And if it can affect your ultimate, I mean, when you're at that level, you really need to harness all aspects of your diet, your nutrition, the fuel you put in. You cannot be running around and doing your athletic work at the level that you're doing it if you're eating junk food. The body is not going to operate that way. The body is not going to operate that way. You rise up to the energetics of the food that you consume. That's what this is about. What food are we consuming? What are the energetics of that food? The angstroms of energy, the energetics, the electrical impulses, and an energy field that food gives off. If you think that food doesn't give off an energy, then you're just unaware. You're unaware. Eat something like meat, eat a heavy meat meal, and see how you feel. Eat a deep fried onion ring meal, right, Dawn? And see how you feel. You're not going to feel good. Eat a full fruit meal, see how you feel. Ask yourself, become aware of how the food and the energetics you put in your body is going to affect you. Because if you're out there at a tennis championship and you're doing all of what you're doing, you better be on the best game. And you are. That is amazing. No flour, no rice. Awesome. So those are two big culprits when it comes to complex carbohydrates, leaving behind an acid ash residue in the body. No milk means no mucus forming, no mucus coating up your sinuses, your throat, your intestines, your entire body. No mucus in your body. That is amazing. Amazing. I'm so happy for. When did she start changing up her diet like this, Deepika? I'm very, very curious to find out. And yes to the short format cooking videos. All right. I will make it so. I might even start doing that today. I might switch up from doing the very regular walking videos because sometimes, like yesterday, I just didn't have, I was spent from doing yesterday's edit, but I will start doing those for you guys for sure. I might start that even today. I might start with the hardest one of my recipes to master perfectly, which is the bagel. But I told Ali, I'm not going to cook the bagels. I'm not going to uncook the bagels until after my juice cleanse, because I can't wake up to smelling bagels every day. That's like, no, because that's how he would do it. In the morning, he'll pop that bagel into the toaster, and he'll have that just like that, maybe with some cashew almond cream. Oh my gosh, like cream cheese. I can't wake up to that in the morning when I'm on a juice cleanse. I mean, I'm strong and I'm focused and I'm not into the emotional eating side of life anymore, but I'm come on, a toasted everything bagel smelling up the house in the morning? I don't think so. Ron says, Talia, morning. Nancy says, good morning. How's everyone going? Nancy, oh my goodness, how are you? We are doing very well. How was work last night, babe? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. How do you stay raw all day? Asks Lizzie. Hey, Lizzie, I'm good until 4 to 5 p.m. and then I need cooked food, veggies, and potatoes. Well, how much juice are you drinking? I stay raw all day by making sure that I have enough nutrition in my body so my cells of my body are not craving more fuel. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. And I just have a goal. It's really important. And that's why at the beginning of every juice cleanse, I really encourage everybody not to just come into the juice cleanse and go, I don't know how many days I'm going to do. I'm just going to see how many it turns out to be, I really say, pick a number of days, because when you pick a number of days, it gives your body a goal to work towards. So I've got a goal. And every day that I make it through another day, every day that and the evening times is the worst, Lizzie. That is really the tricky part of the day for everybody. If I don't get to that part of the day, the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock time period, if I don't get to that part of the day fully juiced up, then I'm going to be craving the other food that people are eating around me. We don't do cooked food here. We definitely don't do cooked potatoes because that is very acid forming in the body. Very starchy, very high complex carbohydrates, very high in carbonic acid residue in the body. I don't do that at all. But how do I do it? Stay really juicy. Have the savory juices in the evening so that you trick your body into thinking that you're eating a dinner meal. That's what I would do. That's what I do. That's what I do. Chantina says, my daughter is 18 months pregnant and is having blood sugar problems. I told her to go all raw and a salad at night. And the doctor told her, no, that fruit would turn her into a diabetic. Well, that doctor just doesn't know what they're talking about. That is so unfortunate that this is actually the case, that is what they think. Fruit does not require insulin for metabolizing the energetics in the food, as opposed to complex carbohydrates. If you look at what most doctors will tell their patients to eat during whatever, they're going to tell them to eat lots of red meat. They're going to tell them to eat lots of carbs, lots of starches, lots of beans and rice. Those are the things that lead to diabetes. Those are the things that lead to having excess carbon molecules in the body. Check out Detox, the Detox Masterclass playlist, Chantina, linked in this description of this video. In that playlist, you're going to see a masterclass that I did back in November that is called Sugar and Carbohydrates. You need to watch that video to understand how simple fructose, simple sugars, as for example, fructose and glucose as found in vegetables, how simple sugars are actually the body's bioavailable fuel source that it was designed to utilize for fuel. It does not require insulin in order to break down and to utilize the sugars in it, because they're not complex sugars. They're simple sugar. Doctors don't know what the hell they're talking about. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? I think they get something like 4 hours of nutrition education in school, and everything else is about diagnosing symptoms and giving medication for said symptoms without looking at the cause. What causes diabetes in a lot of cases is improper functioning of the pancreas. How does the pancreas come to that place where it does not function properly anymore? Because the kidneys get shut down because of all the protein that we eat, the lymphatics stagnation and constipation goes right back up through the body. And actually, the pancreas is one of the easiest organs to heal because it sits very close to the kidneys. Whatever organ sits closest to the kidneys that is affected by this lymphatic stagnation, and everything in the body, all dis-ease in the body is a result of lymphatic stagnation leading to acidosis, and acidosis, which leads to lymphatic stagnation. It's a vicious cycle. Addressing the cause of that is essential for addressing the symptoms. Instead of just treating the symptoms, right? We address the cause. We don't treat symptoms when we do this work. The cause of everything rolls back to the same thing. What is the fuel? What is the food you're putting into your body? So I would highly, and by the way, 8 months pregnant, she's having blood sugar problems. What is she eating? She's eating things that are elevating her blood sugar. I want you to really ask her to write down everything that she eats in her diet. Everything that she's eating in her diet, guaranteed, is what's leading to her high blood sugar. And guaranteed, she's not eating a whole lot of fruits right now. Guaranteed, what she's eating is all of the acid-forming food like meat, complex sugars, especially like bread, pasta, grains, rice, all of that. That's what she's eating. Doctors need to get themselves educated. Her doctor needs to go and watch sugar and carbohydrates in my masterclass video playlist, and then, get a clue, because they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. My 3-year-olds love those little yogurts. Oh my God. Yeah, and your 3-year-old probably has a lot of colds and sinus issues and allergies and snot buildup in their bodies. Those are little snot containers is what they are. Yogurt is such an offending food, my friend, and keeping our little babies on these horrible mucus forming foods is, I mean, I understand. I used to eat yogurt all the time. I used to love dairy stuff. But now that I know better, I do better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, Candy. How are you, darling? I love you. I miss you. So good to see you in class. Trying to do more juice for them. That's absolutely essential, babe. I love this class, Berns. Thanks for all you do. Oh, you're so welcome, Nancy. I love that you love this class too, babe. I'm so glad that you're getting value and benefit from it. That is awesome. That's what we're going for. Good morning, Morgan. Good morning, joining late on the West Coast. I pulled back yesterday, but back at it today. Great topic. We'll rewatch this later. Awesome. I'm so glad that you're finding it helpful. Hey, B lady. Hey, Berns and everyone. I'm new to the class. You are. Oh, sorry, Dot. Shh. Oh my gosh, B, I'm so happy that you are here. So happy that you are here. Welcome to class, babe. Welcome to class. So glad, so glad. Thank you for stopping in, and thank you for dropping a comment. This is great. Just found you and Dr. Morse recently. Will be popping in as I can. Love the encouragement from you all. I'm in the USA, South Carolina. Oh, awesome. Everybody give a big warm class welcome to B Lady. We're so glad that you are here. We'll be starting juice feasting soon, finish 40 days, end of January. Oh my gosh. How did you feel? What benefits did you get? That is so good. Yeah, so we're going to be starting another one. We're in the middle of one now. We're on day 14 of 40, and we're going to start another one on May 1st. Yeah. Go Sammy. Yes, indeed. Go Sammy. Good morning, Aubrey. Good morning, Miss Berns. This is Aubrey. Today I bounced on the rebounder. Yes. Aubrey, how did you like it? Aubrey is Talia's 5-year-old daughter. 7. No, I got backspace. Delete. Aubrey is Talia's 7-year-old daughter, and she is a student with us here in class. Hey there, Aubrey. I hope you're having a good day, babe. Sammy says, thank you so much. And me too. She loves you and your encouragement. Ah, I love her and everything that she is doing. I love you girls. I love all of you in class. Talia says, good morning, Nancy. Mid-October, last October was when Sammy started switching. What made you start? What made you decide to start switching back your nutrition to this healthier way? I'm very curious to find out what prompted you to start changing up your diet. That's very, very aware of you, my darling. Short food videos from you will be epic. All right. I guess it's done. It is done. I might start working on that today, but it is beautiful out. And I do want to download a few things on our walks. By the way, if you guys have not been tuning into the walking videos, make sure to check that out. I put the playlist in the description of this video, and they've been really good. I've done 14 of them so far in the last like 2.5 weeks. Really cool. They're 6-minute videos. Hi, Elaine. Hello, hello, hello. So good to see you. How are you doing? The fruit fair is getting old. It is. But you know what? Think about it this way, Sheila. It's getting old because we know about it. We understand how crazy it is to be afraid of fruit. But remember, not that long ago, we didn't have any clue either, and we were afraid of it, right? So now what we do when we hear the fear coming up again, we just continue to lovingly and gently provide the right information so that we don't have this fear-based attitude about our bodies. I can get into a whole tirade, a whole tangent about why we're afraid of fruit, about why we have been programmed to believe that fruit is hard and harmful for us. Yeah, I can get into a whole thing on that, but I'm not going to, because what we're going to do is we're going to be focused. We're going to be focused on doing what we know to be true in our bodies, right? Doing what we know. There are people in this class who've gotten off of their diabetic medicine, whose blood sugar numbers have come down to normal, and who have healed their diabetes in their body because they simply started addressing the cause and not just the symptom, right? But we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there today. Day 13 for me today. Elaine, that is amazing. How are you feeling? It's so annoying that the doctors get dietary advice with little to no training. They're so unqualified to do much of what they do. I mean, don't get me wrong. When you need the allopathic medicine, when you have an emergency situation, by all means, life-saving, life-changing, game-changing. But don't be talking about stuff you don't know anything about, man. You don't know anything about it. You're just going on fear, right? Ooh, that's too much sugar. Really? What would you like me to eat? Oh, you want me to drink Ensure? Okay. No. I'm reading that now on level one detox book. Reading what? But yeah, read up, get as much information as you guys can from the right sources. Stop believing everything. Stop believing Google for a lot of stuff, all right? You're not going to find some of this stuff on Google. I saw this the other day. Humans are so disconnected from reality that they need studies to prove that eating fruits and vegetables is healthy. Talk about disconnection. That is so true. Oh my God, that's a great point. Yes, she eats the standard American diet. Yeah, and she's going to have the standard American diseases like diabetes. Not the same as a fruit diet. Yes, you're awesome. Thanks. Aw, I love you, Chantina. Oh no, so sad to hear about potatoes. That is my one cooked food. Please discuss this more or point me to a past class. Thank you. So definitely, B Lady, you want to go and check out Detox 101 and Detox 102. They're really good. In Detox 101, we talked all about why detox the body and what to expect when you're detoxing the body. What could be, hey, baby, my baby is here. My Dalibor is here. Hello, baby. How are you? Thank you for the beautiful love note that you left for me this morning on the counter. Oh my God, that I laughed out loud. I had the biggest smile on my face and in my heart. Thank you, Dali. You're amazing. So yeah, Detox 101 talks about why detox the body, what to expect when you're finished your detox, what you can expect to feel after you've detoxed your body, what to expect while you're going through your detox, the physical detox cleansing symptoms that you might feel, different tips on how to cleanse successfully, different tips and tricks that way. Then in Detox 102, B Lady, in Detox 102, we talked about how to transition from a standard American diet and what to eat as you transition from a standard American diet. I have another, so that's Detox 102. It talked in Detox 102, we also talked about soy and rice and beans and why those things are really, not good for your body. There's a class on sugar and carbohydrates. There's a class on protein, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And all of those are in the, all of those, you guys should see it. You want to see it? Dali, can I show them your love note that you drew? Oh my God, it just, I could see it. I could see our thing. Anyhow, back, focus. All of those master classes are linked in the description of this video, B ladies. So you can go, I've done over 350 classes. I need to go back and renumber them so that they're properly numbered on the YouTube. But I've done over 350 classes, some an hour long, some 2 hours long, some 6 hours long. Yeah, so there's a lot of great information. And just like in this class that you're in right now, the topics that we talk about very much depend all on what are your comments, what are your questions that come up. So this is why I encourage you guys, come to class. If you're doing this and you can get to class in the mornings, I start at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to come to class and ask me the questions, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to do this with you as a certified detox specialist, certified by Dr. Morse. So bring all of your questions. Grayson, Ron says, welcome, B lady. Sheila says, hi, B lady. You'll love it here. Awesome. And Deepika says, thank you, Sharon. B lady says, thanks for the welcome, everyone. Lots to learn, even though I've studied nutrition for 40 years. Go figure, right? Who are we studying these things about nutrition from? It's usually from a medical model mindset, and it's usually from a American Medical Association mindset, which is not in the business of keeping us healthy through our food. They're in the business of making money on our illnesses caused by the food that we eat. Therefore, why do you think we've got a lot of wrong notions about the food that we eat? Could it be that if you follow the money, honey, you're going to find that people that benefit the most from our ill health are the pharmaceutical companies? What leads to the most ill health in people? It's the food that we put in our bodies. So therefore, wouldn't it behoove that industry, multi-trillion-dollar a year industry, wouldn't it behoove that industry to make sure that they have a constant, steady supply of people to pump their pharmaceuticals down their throats? Yeah. We need to think about these things, don't we? I know it sounds crazy. It sounds freaking sinister. And it is. It is. Not everybody walks around on this planet with the same heart that you and I walk around with. There are people and there are entities on this planet that walk around looking just like we look in this human form. We are spiritual beings of a high vibrating nature, most of us, but there are a lot of people on the planet, beings walking around embodying human vehicles that are of the evil nature. Yeah, straight up. Just saying. Agreed, Elaine. Doctors are not to be trusted. We must advocate for our own health. Absolutely. true about us not knowing about the fruit fear that long ago, right? We did not that long ago. Wasn't that long ago. Wasn't that long ago. Love that now that when you know better, you do better. Exactly. When you know better, you do better. Right? Ooh, that just gave me goosebumps, by the way. That was good. Her fitness coach wanted her to lose weight for 3 months. He put her on a diet. The weight loss was for better movement on court. I encouraged her for juices and smoothies. As June 2020, I started my journey because of health issues. There you go. There you go. So it's amazing how we can be led um, to a certain path without even really realizing. At first it's like, hey, if you were a little bit leaner, you'd be able to float and fly across that tennis court with a little bit more agility. And it's true, the weight loss, the weight gain, when you think about it, is inflammation, you guys. Weight gain is inflammation in the body. So we might look at it as a vanity thing because, hey, we're human, right? It's like, yeah, I want to look and I want to feel good and I want to look a certain way because that's how I perceive that I will feel good in looking at myself in the mirror. And while that is very true, another aspect of that is I want to feel better in my skin. And I know that when I'm overly inflamed, when I'm overweight, I don't feel good in my skin. Right? I don't feel good because it's the inflammation which is leading to pain. It's leading to digestive issues. Well, the digestive issues leads to the inflammation, right? And then more inflammation leads to more digestive issues. Anytime you see itis after a word, it means inflammation. Arthritis, bursitis, colitis, appendicitis, gastritis, right? All of these things are inflammation of these systems. So when we see excess weight as well, it means excess inflammation. Get the weight down means get the inflammation down. You get the inflammation down, you have better digestion, you have better performance, you have no pain, you have more agility, your body can move and perform like you want it to. You're not lugging yourself around. Somebody was telling me who lost 100. Who was I talking to about this? They lost 100 pounds. Oh, I think it was Anne Marie. Yeah, Anne Marie was telling me about this. One of my one-on-one clients. Anne Marie was saying that she had her niece. She lost 100 pounds. Amazing work, amazing work. And she had her granddaughter or her niece, who weighs 109 pounds, jump on her back to carry her around to see what it would be like living with 100 pounds again. Because when you lose weight, you very gradually lose the weight. You don't really realize that you're losing the weight and how you feel in a stark way. It's gradual. She put her niece on her back at 109 and she was like, I was shocked at how heavy that felt. And to think that I was lugging all of that excess weight around on a daily basis. No wonder my life was like it was. That's a pretty big difference, right? Yeah. Getting the excess weight, the weight loss was one thing that led her to see that, oh, I really do perform better with less inflammation in my body. I feel better. I can think clearer. I could think three moves ahead. I can see everything from a greater perspective. As an athlete, that's what you want and that's what you need, right? So that was brilliant. And then mom comes along and says, hey, yes, okay, you're on this better diet. Bam, let's try these juices and smoothies because this is going to help you feel better. And now you come to the Real Juicy Detox and you continue to refine. Remember when you came, Deepika? By the way, how is your bloating and gas? Are you still having that? You came and you were doing so much so well, but there were a few things that you needed to just tweak just a little bit. And in tweaking those few things, you find that you're able to harness the process and feel even better. So I'm very curious before we sign off here, because we're almost at the end of the class questions and comments, and class usually always lasts as long as the comments last and as it takes for me to go through the comments. So let me know how has the bloating and gas been since you have taken out the beans, the rice? You weren't doing rice, you were doing beans and the cruciferous vegetables, right? Let me know how you've been doing with that, and now as well how you've been feeling regarding the bloating with keeping your juices really simple. Because if you've got gas and bloating, the best way to find out what bloats you is to have a mono approach. One day or a couple days, only one type of juice or only one type of fruit. You know what I mean? Hi, Berns and everyone. Hi, Doris. Day 15. I know we're on day 15. I cannot believe it. I can believe it, but I can't believe it. Wait, are we all on day 15? Yes, today is day 15. Yes. I had a little brain fart there for a minute. Sorry. Hi, Berns and everyone. Day 15 on all fruit juice detox. My detox is going well. I have not eaten solid food in 15 days, but still having daily bowel movements. Yes, I know. That is stuff that is stuck in your small intestines, that deep in your small intestines too. I've had 2 days, yesterday and the day before, where I had full on solid bowel movements. I also had the watery, more looser bowel movements as well. But 2 days in the middle of my juice detox, and I'm having full on regular solid bowel movements. Where does that come from? Where does all of that come from? Especially when for 13 days, it was all mainly watery, mainly very, very loose, which is normal for a juice detox. It's not diarrhea. You're not hurting yourself. And now, bam, right in the middle, solid bowel movements. That is stuff that is stuck in your small intestines, that is stuck in your small intestines, that we're now clearing out, and we're seeing that. Amazing, amazing. My baby. Good morning, babe. I know, my love note from him was so sweet. He drew a little picture of our cottage in the woods and 3 little stick figures of me and Kaya and him. Oh my God, with a little boat and a little fishing rod. Totally manifesting, totally envisioning. I love it. And the house looks, it's very naive, the drawing, but the house looks like, it's very cute. It's very cute. Chantina says, I've been disabled since 2011. Holy moly, girl. Was on 21 medications. It's been so hard for me to get through, for me throughout the years. And now I'm down to 0 meds and working on going all raw to continue healing. Holy smokes. Chantina, how long did it take you to get off of those 21 medications? How did you do it? When did you start? How long did it take you? Give us the quick deets before we sign off here, because that is something powerful. I got to take a screenshot of that. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is just amazing. Wow. That is incredible. Wow, Chantina, what a great testimony. Absolutely. There are a lot of people. Sharon says, amazing, Chantina. Yeah, let's give some celebratory props to Chantina. That is incredible. Look at this. Wow. Nothing feels better. You know what's hard? Being disabled and on 21 medications. That's what's frigging hard. All right, let's have a little perspective. Choose your hard, right? Choose your hard. Choose your hard. That is an incredible testimony. Incredible. Incredible. Talia says, yes, Chantina, that is awesome. Isn't that encouraging, you guys? Isn't that encouraging? That is amazing. Bloating has reduced, but still there, but no pain on the left side of stomach. Thank you so much. God bless you. Awesome. Keep on going, Deepika. Keep on going. There's a lot to be healed in the body once we start this work. You know, there's a lot that we need to heal in the body. So it's going to take a little bit of time. And hey, time is all you got, man. So why not? Why not? I started in 2013. It took me almost 2 years to get off all the meds, but I ended up in the hospital a lot throughout the years. It's been tough, but here I am. How did you get off the meds? Did you did I miss it? Did you change your diet? How did you do it? Because you know people are going to want to they're going to want to know those details. That is amazing. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. Congrats, Chantina. Keep up the great work. Yeah, man. That is everything. Kristen says, hey, Kristen. Kristen says, amazing, Chantina. Glad you got off the meds. I'm med-free too. 15 of them. 15 medications. Kristen, you are a champion, a warrior. Amazing. Chantina, extraordinary. Keep up the great work, says Ron. Ron, isn't she an inspiration, man? Doesn't that just make you want to keep going? This is why I do the classes, guys. This is why I do the classes, and they're interactive like this, so that we can be inspired, so that we can inspire other people. You know? You guys are amazing. Oh, and my varicose veins in my right leg is also a pain. Yes, well, the varicose veins are also parathyroid issues. Parathyroid deals with calcium buffering effect, which happens when we are acid, right? Like taking a Tums for tummy acids. But those varicose veins, very important that we look at these symptoms in the body and we understand what are the other conditions down the road, that this is just foreshadowing. You know, you're foreshadowing other circulatory issues when you have circulatory issues going on, like varicose veins. That is a parathyroid connective tissue issue. And when we see it showing up in varicose veins, that is in the circulatory system like that, then that means that that is potentially what's going to be going on throughout your entire circulation. So we need to really be careful with that, and we need to really address it from the cause. What is the food that we are eating? What are we putting into our body? What is it? Is it high acid? If it's high acid, then the body is going to ask the parathyroid gland to start leaching and pulling calcium, right? Isn't it fun learning about all these great things and the natural way to actually truly get off your medication? Look at everybody. If anybody else in the class, just as we're wrapping up, I keep saying that, but as we're wrapping up, let me know in the comments if anybody else has gotten off of their medication because they've started this type of lifestyle. Wow, I'm so happy for you, Chantina. Grayson, Ron says, Kristen, awesome. I didn't change my diet at first. I started to cut down on my meds little by little. The hardest was the anxiety medication, and I never looked back since healing. I never looked back, still healing. I have my days, but I'm working on myself. Yes, you are. And listen, if you have anxiety issues, that is pointing to a weak adrenal gland. All right. So there are different things that you can take to support your body. They're not supplements, they're herbs. There's a few different things that you can take for that. You can get on the adrenal tincture formula. If you feel that you have really, really bad anxiety, you can get on some adrenal glandulars. You can look into the happy caps. These are all from Dr. Morse, and you can find them on his website. Let me see if I have that website here for you. There's so many different things, and I have shared these things as well in slides that I have in photo albums on the Facebook group. All right, so look up happy caps. We want to look up in the album with the herbal cellular botanicals on the Facebook group, The Real Juicy Detox. So if you're not in there as yet, the link for that group is in the description of this video. Come on over, because that's where we're able to put a lot of our resources, and that's where you guys are able to connect with each other so that you're not doing this alone. You can use that as your accountability, as your place to go for inspiration. There's no drama there. There's no misinformation. It is all the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, baby, as we understand it via Dr. Robert Morse, ND. Okay? So a lot of people have been able to get off of medication. And if these doctors were so brilliant and so great at healing us, then why are we on 21 medications? Why 21 medications? And guaranteed you didn't start at 21. Guaranteed you started at 1 or 2 or 3 medications. And now you're into a cluster, you know what, of excessive medications. They're not curing anything. They're trying to suppress all of these symptoms so you don't feel what's actually going on in the body. And what you suppress today is your nightmare tomorrow, from antibiotics to steroids to hormones to minerals that we think we're deficient in, and we're pumping ourselves full of these minerals when it's actually, again, the adrenal glands that come into play when you utilize anything in the body. Low functioning adrenal glands, low mineral utilization, deficiencies for everybody. That's different. For some people that might show up like anemia. For some people that might show up like selenium shortage, deficit, or whatever. Calcium. You got to be really careful with that, right? Every one of these medications that the doctors are going to prescribe for you have a host of side effects, negative, because you cannot take isolates of plant matter and remove all of the enzymatic action that actually makes the thing work and be bioavailable in our body, isolate it, and expect that that is going to, number one, not have any side effects or help us. We got to do this for ourselves, because these doctors, 21 medications, holy crap, right? What is that? What is that doing to your body? Chantina says, thank you, everyone. You're welcome, babe. You're doing it. Yes, this is powerful stuff. Love it. Keep up the great work, people. This is the stuff that keeps me going, because everyone can do it. Yes, Ron, everyone can do this. You might start off thinking, I can't do that. That's too hard. What? No way would I ever do all juice. Remember that? Remember those days, Ron? Oh my gosh. Now look at you. Waking up some days going, I think I'm just going to drink juice today, man. I'm just going to challenge myself. Just feel like doing it. It's not even really a challenge. I'm just enjoying the process, enjoying experiencing my body, right? I love it. Deepika says, so happy for you, Chantina. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We are so thrilled for you. Yes, I'm on Dr. Morse's adrenal formula as I'm learning, taking the level 1 class. Oh, great. Oh my God, I love the level 1 class. You're going to be a certified detox specialist soon, Chantina. That is so powerful. Good for you. Berns, love ya. Everyone have a great day. Signing off. Ron G. All right, my friend. Mwah. Can't wait to see your latest video that you just posted as well. So glad that you were here. So glad that you were here, Ron. I did Dr. Morse's protocol 4 to 5 years ago and got off 12 medications. Now, how do you figure that? You know, all this fruit, surely you're going to get diabetes. Not. Amazing class. Thank you so much. You're so welcome, Deepika. So glad that you were here. And Sammy. It's been hard not being able to play with my kids and grandkids, but I'm staying positive. I'm on the right path for sure. Chantina, you 100% are. Pick it up with I'm not sure what you're doing. You may have said it before, but I can't remember now. But keep on going with your fruit protocol, because as you know, the number one, the first aspect of any healing protocol is always going to be the food that we put in our body. What are we consuming? What are we putting into our body? What is the chemistry of that food that we're putting into our body? And how do we adjust and adapt that so that we are living our optimal, healthiest self while we are detoxing, cleaning out the body of all of the built up gunk that we have put there, knowingly or unknowingly, wittingly or unwittingly, consciously or unconsciously. Cleaning that out on a deep level starts first and foremost always with the diet. Good morning, Carol. How are you? Oh my goodness, so good to see you. Good morning, Carrie. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well. I love you guys so much. Listen, these classes in general are so important for me. They're so important for so many of you. I want to thank you all for being here today and for cheering each other on. Chantina says, thank you, Berns, and everyone. Have a blessed day. Hugs. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness, Sharon, love the inspiration. Bye, everyone. Bye, Sharon. I usually give about 15 or 20 seconds a minute at the end of class if you guys want to sign off, if you want to say goodbye, because I always know whenever I'm watching a live class on anything, I always want to say, oh my god, wait, I want to say thanks, bye, have a good day. And oftentimes I miss it, you know what I mean? So drop in, say cheerio, say hello, goodbye, adieu, whatever in the live comments. And if you're watching this on the replay, definitely drop a comment, say hello, let me know that you're here watching it on the replay, and I will come and give you a big loving hug and virtual kiss on the comments as well. Carrie says, Berns, how long did it take when you started doing this to feel really good, to really feel good? I don't know, man. It's been a process. It's always been a process. It's not a definite one day kind of thing. You know what I mean? I started to feel better pretty much right away. Everybody's different though. I was also really ready for this. I was really ready for it. And I was really all in with both feet. That's how I needed to be, because I was ready to go. I was ready right away for me, really. And I continue to feel better and better and better every single day. So I feel a lot better right now at day 14, definitely, than I did on day 14 of my first juice cleanse, though. So keep going with it, Carrie. Keep going with it. Sorry, so late. First of all, don't apologize ever. You're gonna catch it on the replay, so you're good. Have been sleeping all the time. Have a wonderful day. Well, maybe your body just needs that rest, you know? Carol says, we love you, sister. I love you too, babe. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. You being here is what makes this all worth it, by the way. You being here is why I do this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Blessed day for all. Yes, indeed. You as well, Deepika and Sammy and everybody else who is here. I hope you have a great one. And I will see you all on either the next walk video or the next online class like this, or maybe I might start busting out some 15-minute cooking videos. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the inspiration takes me. I love you all so much. Mwah.